If you put me in a turf lobby with some of our top competitive players, I would probably be able to hold my own a little bit, but if you put me on any objective mode against them, I would not do well. So I am right there with you.
And with that, we are going to move into our first match in the semi-final. And oh, look, there's a bamboo. They're going to be going up against an octobrush.
Ooh, I am really excited to see this too. I really like the Octobrush. The remix is also something that I've missed watching. I know it has been kind of on the back burner a little bit as we see people start to get a little bored with what they've been playing, so they play things that we might not expect. But I'm really excited to see this brought back out as well. And I love me good brush players, to be honest.
Brush players are always great when they are excelling at the competitive level. Booyah Bomb on the bridge. I don't think the tower has really moved that much so far. We've had like 5 points on our green friends side, but so far they do finally start to have a bit more of an advantage. The players are coming out and they do take out the spot lane. Nautilus is finally going to go down as well, but looky here, past checkpoint 1 we go.
We certainly do, as they are still pushing. We get a flank over on this side. Rissa kind of backing off a little bit, having to make sure that they can stay alive from Q's bamboo that was coming up on that side. And I think we have enough pressure that this is going to... Ooh, that was a trade. Okay. I thought that would be a knockout.
Yeah, I did it as well, and unfortunately, it's just the spotting that's left, and Zutza does have the Booyah Bomb at the very least, and it just about throws it towards the tower in a bid to try and stall out and have the rest of their team jump back in, but so far they're kind of pinned down here. They do now finally have a 4-2 advantage, and so they will start to push on forward as the Booyahs come out yet again, just to signal where the rest of the team are coming in as armor does pop. And let's see what Q does. Immediately gets the hit with the Bamboozler. Can they get the second pick? Well, at least run through the armor with the Curler Bomb. But so far, advantage back on their side.
Seems like it, and holding on to these missiles just a bit to be able to call out where some respawns are coming from, where some other players are kind of going to come up off this side here, but it's gonna take some time to get back here. I like that Muty is kind of holding ground on this tower. It does push through that checkpoint and push a little further forward. We have a 2v2 situation up right now as both teams are waiting to some respawns. Taco doing some work as well. Unfortunately does trade with the Octobrush, which is going to make it a lot harder for them to hold their ground. I don't know, Layla. I don't think that we've seen more than 3 players alive on the field for more than 10 seconds at a time yet.
Yeah, it feels like there's like every single time they go back into the fray, one immediately hops on down as Rissa is going to be the one to fling themselves onto the tower, finally scoring points for Rats, but they're immediately going to get taken straight back down. And Surya on Rats is definitely going to come up forward. They've got the Inkstorm ready so they can easily stall out, and that's exactly what to do so. Throws it straight at the spawn, and that's going to give them a little bit of a headache. There's 2 on the left-hand side, and obviously they're going to communicate that right back to the team. But they're outrange a little bit there, but does manage to get the pick on the Nautilus.
Really lovely job right there. I also loved that communication that you could hear of, hey, this bomb's about to go off, I have armor, and the armor pops just as the bomb goes off. It's wonderful to be able to see such strong team communication in action, and we can see that coming out from Rat in triples, in doubles. Everything that we're seeing from them so far has proved that.
Exactly, and the Bamboos, they're just letting their team jump right back on. They're easily going to be able to ride out this storm, and that is going to be the first point of this set. No questions asked there, but it took them quite a while to finally get there. But the second that last push started to happen, it just didn't seem to slow down anytime soon.
It certainly didn't, and I mean, amazing. You know, this is the exact type of game that you want to see each time, and I absolutely adore it.
So with that, match 1 is done. We're going to progress into Splat Zones. And now we are going to go for one of our more open stages in Splatoon 2 in the form of Macklemore. And also one of the more unique zone maps as well, because most of them are either squares, rectangles, or circles. No. Not Macklemore. It's the only one that is essentially a plus. It's literally a plus. Or an X, depending on which angle you're looking at it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have so much love for this map. I talk about it every time. I think that this is the most balanced of all modes in terms of the map for Splatoon, and I'm really excited to see what both teams are going to be able to do and how they'll be able to change some things up right now. Looks like Zutter is taking a second to make a decision. Maybe we won't see the return of that Nautilus, and maybe we'll get another weapon that could be in the same kind of class, or we'll have something completely different.
Well, you never know. That's the beauty of these kind of games. Is like some people will have like weapons that they always go comfortable with, and then some people are able to use a wider variety and will gladly switch up depending on the mode. As a result, we're going to see that Octopus still coming out. The bamboo is going to get traded for a Squiffer, and I did not think I'd be saying that today.
Absolutely. This is very unexpected, but also really fun to be able to see. I think so far we are going to have a lot of fun. Taco just really shutting things down with the Nautilus over here, pushing pretty far forward. I think that they have been kind of, I don't know, Rat is just making sure that they don't have anyone sneak up on them at this moment.
Absolutely, Taco is finally going to go down. However, I think the team were able to get the pick on the Gal anyway. Control is going to finally shift, and Booyah Bomb is going to make absolutely sure that it stays that way, taking up on the other side. Having said that, they lost the other half, gets the splat on Muti at the very least, as the Splatling rolls on through and covers the ground again, and they will outrange the Nautilus, but they won't outfire it, and the Nautilus hangs on just about.
Really, really nice job right there. This is what you want to see coming out from both teams. You want to see these back and forths. You want to see the, 3v3s consistently happening. And speaking of that, Taco getting another fantastic shot and does not quite get that on the Octobrush, which is going to pop this Inkjet and put a little bit of pressure onto mid, but the timer is about ready to start ticking down yet again. I say that, I cursed it, I'm sorry. Let's go.
You're doing well with the commentator's curse tonight. You gotta keep this up. Brush is back on the top, on the crate. Just gonna sort of like hide a little bit there, see if they can wait this out. The zone does go, and they're gonna try and win out this 1v1. Realizes there's a little bit more there to play for. Quickly backs up. Kind of doing a lot of bait and switch here at the moment. Just popping up every now and then, just to see if they're still in the same spot. They do at least get the splat on Surdia and throws the auto bomb for good measure. Inkjet is ready. They'll probably pop that very, very soon, you would think, and here they go.
Exactly what you want to see. I mean, Hammer just waited for that perfect moment, like you were saying, and the moment those missiles came out as well, said, hey, here's a guide for you. There's some players somewhere over here using it to your advantage. And speaking of advantage, Taco doing the exact same thing, popping this Inkjet, trying to hold over zone, not quite enough time. But if Rat can kind of swap this into their favor and paint the zone a little bit here, they might be feeling a little better, getting some more points on the board.
Well, we'll soon find out. They do finally manage to wrestle Control, but again, all the way down to 19 there. The penalty points won't be too much of a problem as Q just holds on. They've got ball already, and what a wonderful little pick. The Squiffer and the Chargers in general do have that stored charge, and what a lovely flick, and another beautiful direct. 2 in a row there for Q. Gosh, they're on a roll. The second they start getting into control fix, they are brutal, and they've still got the baller in the pocket too.
I love it. I was waiting for that baller to come out. I think the brush was just not quite ready to have face him down, and another beautiful one on Zutter. Q is popping off right now. This is what you want to see. The entirety of Rat coming in together to hold their own. I don't know, Layla. This went from 55 points with a little bit of a penalty to a knockout like that. You blink and you miss it.
Can we also just give a shout out to the last second flick shot on the Inkjet? Just real quick, because that also happened. Q absolutely on fire there. That just came out of nowhere. I think that was on the stats say they got 6 splats there. I feel like all 6 of those splats came in the last 30 seconds there.
Absolutely amazing. Amazing job coming out from Rat to be able to take that second game, Splat Zones on Mako Mart. And I mean, I don't know. I was going to say that they kind of played that a little slower and they played the long game in terms of having to take that over in the end, but there was nothing slow about that second half of that match. The moment they had decent control over zone, they kept it and they just shut it down.
And it's interesting to note that wasn't as one-sided as it seemed toward. I mean, obviously it was towards the end, but in the early stages there, Esketit were holding them absolutely fine. They managed to force the back, retake control, and held it all the way down to 17. It was just a shame that they just. Oh, sorry. It was just a shame that Q existed.
I think we are all extremely glad that Q was there to provide such wonderful entertainment. And Layla, we get your favorite mode. We've seen my favorite mode a couple times so far while you and I have had the pleasure of working together today. But now we're getting some Rainmaker. I know you've been waiting for it. Let's see what happens.
Watch it end in 1 minute. That would just be my luck. As we're going to see Stratoscope fire Finn for Q this time around. So we've just gone up in range for Q. We started with the Bambooster, we then went for the Swiffer, now we're on the Scope. So I only feel like if it goes to match 4, they'll bring in the E-Leader next.
Certainly seems like they could. I think Q is just doing a lot of work right now to just apply some pressure, right? So even if your charger is not able to, get the shots because whoever is moving faster, then they can focus. At the moment, Q is doing a great job just making it hard for them to move around because anywhere that somebody could be moving, Q has her eyes on them. Speaking of eyes, Beauty making some moves over here, doing a really great job pushing
this. Is going to be a KO.
Just like you expected.
It's pizza time! Are you kidding me? 150 seconds! It's a 3-0 to Rat. It happened immediately. I hate myself. Why am I so right?
Oh man, that was so good. It was less than a minute. You called it. I am so sorry. I cannot stop laughing. That was so good to be able to see Rat just kind of shut things down right there. It was a wonderful thing to watch. Really, really fantastic maneuverability coming out from them as well. They will be going into our finals here.